It's the game of the week as the New England Football League kicks off their 2023 season right here in Wayland, Massachusetts as the Mass Warriors take on the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. And we welcome you to the New England Football League game of the week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. I'm Stephen Err. The Warriors and the Blitz and Bears meet in a matchup of the two 2022 league champions as the Warriors defeated the Vermont Ravens 35-7 right here at Wayland High School on October 1st, intercepting 5 passes from 3 different Vermont Raven quarterbacks, while the Blitz and Bears barely escaped the Southern Vermont Storm as a kickoff return for a touchdown that would have tied the game was called back due to holding. Now, many players in this league are joking that the fact that the Blitz and Bears, well, they're no longer Blitzin anymore because they've lost so many key players, including quarterback Marcy Eberhardt, who now joins the ECFL's Western Mass Raiders, as well as wide receiver Derek Stinley. Meanwhile, the Warriors bring a few key pieces from their championship season, including quarterback Zeke Diago and running backs Ernest Jones and Robert Williams Jr. So we're going to see what kind of game we get here today as we kick off the 2023 NFL season right here from Wayland, Massachusetts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for football? I know I am. We are ready to go. The Mass Warriors won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so the Blitz and Bears offense, their new and revamped offense, will come out first. I'll get your names here in a moment. Number 25 is kicking off for the Warriors. Brand new uniforms. A brand new season. We're glad you're with us here on the New England Broadcast Network. And we're underway from here in Wayland, Massachusetts. That kick is going to be caught. And he's going to go out of bounds. Number 6 takes it out of bounds. So let's get you there's names here, as we do here on the New England Broadcast Network. Number 25 is the kicker. Also notice the punter here is Marquise Harmon. And taking the reception is number 6, Christopher David, one of the running backs here for the Blitz and Bears. He catches the pass and goes immediately out of bounds. So the Blitz and Bears are going to not have the best field position to start this one. As we get this one underway, this is officially the second of 4 games underway here to kick off the 2023 NFL season. The Rhode Island Riptide and the New England Bombers kicked off the season at 3:30 Eastern on this Saturday out in Cranston, Rhode Island. The ball is officially placed at the 6-yard line, so that is where Western Mass will start with the football, as well as their new quarterback, number 15. Get you a name here in a moment. Number 16, is Maxim Poroskov. Maxim Poroskov is the new quarterback. We mentioned it on the pregame, in our preview anyway, we'll call it that. Marquise Eberhardt is no longer with the team. He is with the Western Mass Raiders of the ECFL, the East Coast Football League. They kick off their week number 2 summer season after they had a successful spring season. Congratulations to the ECFL. Their first ever spring season was a success. The East Coast Cardinals defeated the Seacoast Warhawks 14-0 out in Lawrence, Massachusetts to win the ECFL Spring Championship. Here we go, first down and 10. Poroskov in the shotgun, and there's David right next to him. The first play from scrimmage is at about the 6-yard line. Throws short pass caught and immediately wrapped up. David, nice tackle there, and that looks like number 12. We'll get you a name. In 1 second, we had number 12 with the tackle. And the Warriors team, they're going crazy over here. As they go off camera, they're going crazy over here. Let's get you that name here in a moment. And number 12 is Wesley Cullen. We're going to zoom out here a little bit, get you a better view. And after one play, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Looks like it was actually a safety. So Wesley Cullen gets the safety the first play of the game. And it's already 2-0 Warriors just like that. So the Mass Warriors defense steps up big time. Wesley Cullen come away with a tackle on Christopher David as he catches a pass from Poroskov in the end zone. He is brought down immediately. It is a safety. So a hot start here for the Warriors. Not so hot for the Blitz and Bears. It's 2-0 Warriors as we get started here. No scoreboard, so we're just going to roll with it as we go on. It's going to be a punt, one of those punt safety punts, whatever you call them. And the Warriors offense is going to come back out. Or they come out for the first time, I should say. They're going to come out for the first time here today. Got some stories coming up here later in the broadcast. Stay with us. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. And here comes the free kick from the Bears, And it's a high kick. Does not go very far. It's going to be taken at midfield and fair caught. So that's where the Warriors offense is going to start. And out comes, you might not see him, but there he is coming up. Number 7, Zeke Santiago, the starting quarterback for the Warriors, leading them to the championship last year, the Maritime Conference Championship, over the Vermont Ravens. He threw a couple touchdown passes, so the defense took care of most of it, intercepting 5 passes off of 3 different Vermont Raven quarterbacks. And as the saying goes, Steve, this was championships, and that shows you right there. Again, the Western Mass Blitz and Bears won the North Atlantic Division Championship over the Southern Vermont Storm, who are not playing this year. They won that game 22-14 as the Southern Vermont Storm returned the ensuing kickoff after the go-ahead touchdown for a touchdown of their own, but unfortunately, it was called for holding. And actually, in a quarterback is number 5. That is Joseph D'Alessandro. And a whistle. And the Blitz and Bears called timeout. So a little shake-up here. We thought that after we saw the championship back in October, it was going to be Zeke Santiago at starting at the quarterback position, but it is actually very last second. This came to our attention shortly after we got here, really. We saw number 5, Joseph D'Alessandro, taking snaps at quarterback during practice right prior to the game. And so that's happening. Joseph D'Alessandro is now the quarterback for the Mass Warriors. You do see number 7 right there, middle of your screen. Zeke Santiago is on the sideline. Look, he's playing backup quarterback tonight. We might see a 2-3 quarterback system because they do have 3 quarterbacks listed on the roster for the Warriors. We're going to zoom back in, get you back on the field here. Best possible view as we can. Of course, you see the Mass Warrior players standing here on the sideline. But first down. Ball is at the 48-yard line of the Warriors, and they're going to hand off. Yes, they're going to hand off here, and a nice gain there into Western Mass territory. Let's see if we can get a number here, and let's see. It looks like number 28. It is number 20, it looks like. And there he is, Robert Williams is the starting running back. He had the opening touchdown in the championship game back in October for the Warriors against the Vermont Ravens. That 76-yard touchdown run. Now Rob Williams gets them about 6 yards here. It'll be second down and about 4. And now they're signaling it's actually a first down, so there might have been a flag on the play against the defense. So the ball is moved all the way to the 32-yard line of the Blitz and Bears. So looks like there was a penalty there. I didn't see it. Nonetheless, it is first down Warriors now here at the Blitz and Bears 32-yard line. D'Alessandro in at quarterback once again. And they hand out to the fullback. Breaks a tackle. What a play there for the fullback. Oh, is that Williams again? Let's see. Oh, this is number 23. That's Ernest Jones. We also talked about it in our intro. Ernest Jones was here with the Warriors last year as they won the championship game. 35-7 are the Vermont Ravens. So both running backs having nice starts here. Rob Williams got about a 6-yard gain, and then that busted off tackle there by Ernest Jones was just incredible. A nice, I'm not sure what the word is, a football term. It's nice breaking off that tackle nonetheless from Ernest Jones. Got about 3 yards on that one. The ball is now at the 29-yard line, so it'll be second down at 7 here for the Warriors. Scoreless game. Blitz and Bears on the first play. Wrapped up in their own end zone. Christopher David caught a pass. Went for a safety, so here we go now. Second down 7, and a fake. D'Alessandro throws, and it is caught. Number 81 getting the catch down inside the 20. Let's get you a name once again. Looks like a tight end here, so let's see. We have number 20. Well, that's actually Robert Williams coming out of the backfield. Oh, excuse me, that's number 81. That is Sean Vanderhall. Pardon me, folks. Number 81, Sean Vanderhall with the first grab of the game. And another looks like... And it should be another first down. It is, according to the chain gang at your bottom left of your screen. That is a first down for the Warriors. First down, ball at the 19. And a pitch out. Here's Williams. He's got space. Cut to the left. Robert Williams. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Mass Warriors. We have our first score of the game. Leading off where he left off in the championship game, Robert Williams scores the first points for the Warriors here in 2023. And it's 6-0, just like that. He found the hole on the outside, cut to the outside, and he was able to get into the end zone. And just like that, we have a first score of the game, 6-0. And now we have number 20. Here comes Harmon on. He's going to come off for the extra point. Mentioned earlier, he is not just the kicker. He's also, well, he's not just the punter. He's just the kicker. So after the kickoff, he's going to come off for the extra point. Number 8's going to hold. See if we have a name for number 8. Get to that in a moment. Nicholas Carvalho. Nicholas Carvalho listed as a DB. And the place kicker. Kick is up. It's a good. 7-0 Warriors as we start this game. We'll be right back. You're watching the New England Football League Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. 7-0 Warriors as we start this game. On the first play from scrimmage, the Warrior defense, of course, the safety on running back Christopher David. And then a few plays later, Robert Williams taking it to the outside and scoring the game's first touchdown. It is 7-0. A hot start here for the Warriors as on defense they get the stop, and then on offense they get it finished. And here's another kickoff by Harmon. This one, once again, is going out of bounds. And let's see if there's a penalty. As the first kickoff was taken by David, and he didn't even get anything. He went immediately out of bounds at the 6-yard line. That was a mistake on David's part. And that is just one of the few miscues here for the Blitz and Bears as we start this game. First, you had the kickoff return taken immediately out of bounds by David. And then you had the screen from Portikoff to David. It was wrapped up immediately by Wesley Cullen in the end zone for a safety. And a few plays later, Robert Williams cuts to the Blitz and Bears defense and scores the game's first touchdown. So let's see. Now that we're back here for a second. So actually, the ball does go back to the 35. So I didn't see a penalty flag, but they got it right here. They pick off out of bounds, ball at the 35-yard line. That's where the Blitz and Bears start their second drive. I want to see if I got the quarterback's name right. Maxi Paraskov. Close enough. First down, Blitz and Bears. Here they come. Talk a little bit about them a little more later on. We're going to zoom in just a little bit. A little better. First down ball at the 35-yard line for the Blitz and Bears. Their second drive and a loose snap. Perkoff's going to take it, and he's going to be wrapped up. Oh, no. Actually, it looks like they actually got it up to the fullback. But coming in there was number 47. Let's get you a name. Matthew Benoit was coming in there. It looked like he had sacked Perkoff. But the ball had actually gone up to the running back, the fullback. Looks like he actually lost the yard on that one. So it'll be second down at 11. Ball is now at the 34-yard line. So we talked about during their intro, the Blitz and Bears are not blitzing like they used to. They lost a big piece was their quarterback, losing their quarterback. Marquise Eberhardt went to the Western Mass Raiders, who, by the way, is supposed to share a venue with the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. They're both supposed to play at Holyoke High School in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Unfortunately, that school is undergoing renovations to their football fields and their track. Therefore, there is no play for either team there this season. So that a little more later. Second down. Perkoff. Pressure comes, throws over the middle. Pass caught. And breaking away. Number 47. Get your name here in a moment. Still going. And down to the 45. A gain of about 11, maybe 12 yards. So a nice play there for the Blitz and Bears. Bouncing back after the first play of this second drive was a mishandled snap. And go figure, we don't have a number 47 on our roster. Clearly, of course, you can see that the Blitz and Bears, compared to the sidelines, you see the Mass Warriors have a bunch of guys and the Blitz and Bears don't have much. And you thought we'd have the name for these guys. Number 47, we don't have a name. But he does get the gain of 12. He gets the ball to the 46-yard line. Officially a gain of 12. First down, Western Mass. They'll get their... Now they're getting the ball moving here in this game. Let's see what else they could do. First and 10, ball at the 46. Perkoff's going to run. And immediately wrapped up almost immediately there. Nice tackle there. Looks like number 88. Get your name here in a minute. The number 88 is listed at Kyle Hudson. I'm not sure if that was the number I saw. It might have just been number 8. And that would be Nicholas Carvalho, the guy who's place kicker. Ball now at the 49. So that was a gain. I think about 7 maybe. Something around there. There's be a second down regardless. So as I was saying, the Western Mass Blitz and Bears and the Western Mass Raiders are supposed to both share Holyoke High School during the summer season, but unfortunately the school is undergoing renovations. So neither team will actually play there. I'm not sure exactly where the Western Mass Raiders play. I don't follow the ECFL like that, but the Western Mass Blitz and Bears, according to league owner Anthony Morgante, have options of where they could play. As on second down, it's David with the handoff, and he's met immediately by a gang of Warriors. A whole mess of Warriors, and it looks like number 12 leading the way there. Let's get you a name. Number 12, there he is again, Wesley Cullen having a game. That's his second tackle. He was the one that brought David down in the backfield in the end zone on the first play from scrimmage. Warriors defense showing strong here in this first quarter as the sun shines and there's no rain, thankfully. You know what they say, ladies and gentlemen. Summer rains, you can never predict them. We had a downpour around 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then it was just on and off rain the last few hours here in Wayland. But right now the sun is out, the rain is clear, and we have beautiful football weather here for this second game of the NFL season. So it's going to be third down for the Blitz and Bears. Barikoff going to fake it. He's going to chuck it down the sideline, and absolutely nobody is there except number 29, so that pass is obviously incomplete. Felipe Garcia Jr. is listed as number 29. It looks like he came away with that. He was the only one in the vicinity. Let's see what the Blitz and Bears are going to do here. They're going to go for it. They're going to punt it. It looks like they're going to punt. And the Blitz and Bears don't have a punter listed. Okay. So we have something here. Looks like number 34, linebacker Marco Martinez is listed. He looks like he's the guy that's punting the football out here. Well, let's see. It looks like Marco Martinez is going to punt for the Blitz and Bears. Another drive stalls. Another drive that fails to produce points. Zoom out a little bit so they punt this ball away. 7-0 Warriors. We're still here in the first quarter. We don't have a running clock, so we're just going by what the refs say. High punt. Not too far. Ben's going to take a bounce. Nobody's going to touch it, and the Bears are going to touch it about the 28-yard line. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on NEBN. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first quarter. The Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 7-0. We'll be right back for the second quarter right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Start of the second quarter. I'm Stephen Err. The Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 7-0. And here's a nice pass from D'Alessandro. Looks like number 7. Let's get you a name. Might be number 1, Jeff Jean, but we'll find out in a moment. Another running back making a catch here. Let's see who that was. And that was number 7. That is actually Yvonne Garand. So Yvonne Garand with the catch. Ball out to the 35-yard line. And it'll be second down and short here. The Warriors off to a very hot start here in this game. They got on the first play of scrimmage, as we mentioned earlier, we saw before. Wesley Cullen stopped Christopher David in the end zone for a safety. Robert Williams took it in for the touchdown for the Warriors. This is now their second offensive drive here as we start the second quarter. Handoff and wrapped up immediately. What a play there by the Blitz and Bear defense. Can't get it. It looks like, let's see, number 44. Get you a name. Number 44 with the tackle. And there's number 44. So a nice tackle there. Looks like a loss of a few, actually. Looks like a loss of 4. It's a third down long here. Maybe 3rd and 5. Regardless of the yardage, it is third down here for the Warriors. Already up 7-0 here in the second quarter. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network as D'Alessandro. Pressure coming, throws it down the field. He has a man. It is just caught. And what a grab there. Still going. It's Garand. Garand's still going. One man to beat. Garand tripped down inside the 5. And what a play there for Ivan Garand. Falls down, was not touched, gets back up and gets a whole bunch of more yards. Down inside the 5, and the Warriors are in business once again. As this offense continues to click. Great job by D'Alessandro throwing it off. Looks like he was throwing off his back foot. And he was able to get that ball off just in the hands of Garand. Nice catch. First down and goal for the Warriors. Ball is officially at the 4-yard line. We're going to zoom in here. I know we got good quality video here for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Stephen Earl, by the way, in case you didn't know. We are here at Wayland High School in Wayland, Massachusetts. Broadcasting this game. We appreciate the New England Football League as they celebrate their 30th season, allowing the New England Broadcast Network to bring us their coverage. First and goal, handoff. Looked like Durant took it. Might have been Jeff G, number 1, and wrapped up immediately by, it looks like number 18. Get your name here in a moment. Antoine Irene. Might be talking a little bit about him a lot here, as we have him listed, not just he's also listed not just as a defensive lineman. He's also a tight end. So we might be talking a little bit about Antoine Irene here coming up later in the game. We'll also talk about another tight end after this touchdown, after this next play. If they don't score, we'll talk about it after the break. After the ensuing kickoff, we'll talk about it. Another tight end for the Warriors who's down there on the sideline. Second and goal, ball at the 5. And a pitch out to Williams. Williams cuts back. Williams, he's gonna, let's see, walk into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Mass Warriors. Robert Williams, his second of the night. It's 13-0 Warriors here in the second quarter. So the star running back from that championship game doing his thing here as they kick off the season. Tearing through this Bear defense. We talked about before, they're not blitzing anymore, and we're certainly seeing that here early on. As now, Harmon comes on for the extra point. So we're going to talk about that tight end story after the ensuing kickoff. High snap, kick is up. Good. 14-0 Warriors. We'll be right back. You're watching the New England Football League Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. 14-0 Warriors. Robert Williams scoring his second touchdown of the night. Cutting through that Bear defense for the second time. A nice pass, a huge gain from Joe D'Alessandro to Ivan Garand. Gets the ball down inside the 5. And the ensuing kickoff here. See if the Blitz and Bears can finally put the point on the board on this drive as they take it from about the 10-yard line. Finding room, getting out to about the 30-yard, near the 30-yard line. I'm going to zoom in now and get to that story. As I was saying, so again, I'm going to go back to the spring season for the Independent Football Association. The Boston Chargers were playing. Obviously, I was with them on April 8th. They're doing a broadcast network. I was supposed to broadcast their game against the Seacoast Warhawks. Wound up being a scrimmage, but that's not the story I wanted to tell. Somewhere on the sideline, you see him right there, number 82, Shane Clinton, played O-line and D-line for the Boston Chargers, as, by the way, they left for the Independent Football Association to the ECFL sometime during the spring season, as did several teams. Another story for another time. But Clinton now is getting his chance at tight end. And I thought that was very interesting. I asked him yesterday, what made you want to play tight end? And he was like, oh, well, I've always wanted to be a tight end. I've always wanted that opportunity to be tight end. I just never got the opportunity. Now here at the Warriors, unfortunately, he's a backup tight end. But nonetheless, I told him, I mean, hopefully you'll get that time to shine some point this season. We are obviously only here in week number 1. We have a 10-week season. Well, I guess you call it. There's a 10-week season over a 12-week period. Next week, there are no games due to the July 4th weekend, and obviously, there will once again be no games during the Labor Day weekend. So week number 2 will be on July 8th and July 9th. Instead of next week, there will be no games next week due to the July 4th weekend. Let's be the first to wish everybody a happy 4th of July here at the New England Broadcast Network. For now, we get back to the game. First down. Perikoff going to roll out. He's going to run. Point, he's going to scramble and get some good yardage. Nice play there by Perikoff. Got some yardage there. And that's kind of what the play we saw last year from Marquise Eberhardt in those few games we saw. The game again Worcester, as I covered the Worcester Wildcats last year. Scored the game-winning touchdown in overtime as while they did blow a big 22-0 halftime lead, they survived the Worcester Wildcats 34-28 in overtime. And Eberhardt scored the game winner. You saw right there on that play, though. Perikoff scrambling, getting some yards. Ball is now about the 34-yard line. So he got maybe 3 or 4 yards on that play. But that's still an impressive run there by such a tall quarterback. You don't have to sure tall quarterbacks running like that. It's going to be about second down at 7, we'll call it. Ball is at the 39. Second down, Boroskov hands off. And spinning away, nice done. Finally brought down by number 54. I saw 54 leading the way. That is Jonathan Charles, John Charles. I have a feeling I've heard that name before. It's a name I recognize from last year, covering this league, covering Worcester Wildcats. So 54 coming in. It's going to be third down. And it looks like he might have gotten a yard on that play. And now number 12 coming out. Oh, there's Colin coming out, and that's for a guy that made some spectacular plays to start this game. You do not want a guy like Wesley Cullen coming out of this game. Looks like he's holding his arms, holding his hand. He's holding something as he goes off camera. But that's not a good sign for the Warriors. They need Wesley Cullen to get back out there. As their defense, I mean, so far he is the heart and soul of that defense. Made a couple big plays, including on the first play from scrimmage. And Cullen is now off camera, grabbing around his elbow area. So we'll see if he can come back in the game. But for now, the Blitz and Bears face a third down at about 4. They're already down 14-0 here in the second quarter, so they need this third down conversion. Purakov fakes. He's going to roll. Pressure coming. He's going to run, and he's going to get the first down and more. Maxim Purakov to the 45-yard line. First down, Blitz and Bears, and that's exactly what they needed. An impressive outing somewhat here from Purakov, at least of running the ball. Not too much sure about passing the passing game. We haven't seen much of the passing game here from the Bears yet. I'll have to come alive with that. We saw one pass that Purakov threw, and it just went out of nowhere. I mean, went to nobody, basically. Let's see what they could do here. It's first down, Blitz and Bears. Ball is at the 45-yard line. The Masked Warriors lead 14-0. You are watching the New England Football League Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. My name is Stephen Herr. Other action here, week number 1, we have the Middleborough Cobras, a former team. Oh, the league's calling them a legendary team. Obviously, the league playing their 30th season. They returned for this year, as well as the Glens Falls Green Jackets. The Green Jackets are out of upstate New York. They are currently hosting the Vermont Ravens at the time of the recording. Middleborough Cobras are hosting the Worcester Wildcats. First down, Blitz and Bears at the 45. Purakov's going to hand off. No, it's a fake. Purakov's going to pump, throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. So, again, the back-to-back passes, well, not back-to-back, but the last 2 passes from Purakov have been absolutely off the mark. There has been more Warriors in the vicinity. There were 2 in that one than there have been Bears. Looks like number 29 once again was there for the Warriors. Trying to find a name here. And that's Felipe Garcia Jr. So Garcia Jr. has been all over the place when it comes to being in part of the passing game on defense. Wesley Collins still sitting on the bench, looking out toward his defense as they try to make another stop here. Up 14-0 in the second quarter. Second down and 10, ball again at the 45-yard line for the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. A matchup here, 2022 league champions. Purakov hands off, and break and tackle is still going. Nice run there into Warrior territory and a first down. Looks like number 28. It is Demetrius Mitchell. And Demetrius Mitchell gets the first down, and you can see Demetrius Mitchell is wearing a gold helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, the world of semi-pro. A lot goes wrong, including players wearing different helmets. So we talked about teams that joined the league this year. Let's talk about teams that did not play this year in the NFL. The Boston Chargers opted out. We talked about them earlier. They joined the IFA, the Independent Football Association, for the spring season before they eventually left for the ECFL, along with the Seacoast Warhawks. East Coast Cardinals also left the IFA for the ECFL during the spring. They opted out this summer. The Mass Mercenaries, owned by a couple, Bailey Brewer, and I'll get to that in a moment. Third down for the Bears. Big run here from Mitchell. First, there he goes up the middle. Now he gets the first down into Warrior territory. Number 19 wants a flag against the Warriors. He's not only going to get it, but the Bears are going to get a first down. So as I was mentioning before that, nice run there. And now, 28 calling for somebody. What's he calling for? There's nobody on the field that's down or injured. Ball is at the 39-yard excuse me, the 34-yard line. So it's going to be first down, Western Mass. As they're, for the first time, in Warrior territory. So as I was mentioning, the Mass Mercenaries, who were supposed to be led by a couple, Bailey Brewer, and I believe his name is Ian Tex Newton. Might have butchered that name. Former co-owners along with Mario Halliday of the Boston Chargers. They were supposed to start their own team, the Mass Mercenaries. That team never came to fruition either. Also out is the Hartford Colts, who folded at the end of the 2022 season and obviously decided not to come back for this year. The Southern Vermont Storm will return in 2024. First down, Blitz and Bears, ball at the 34. Perakov going to roll out. He's not even going to think about passing, is he? He's going to run, and he's going to go to get maybe a couple yards. Big hit out of bounds. Let's see if we have a flag. No, I don't think we have a flag, so that's just a football hit, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of trash talk. You can hear the murmurs on the Warriors sideline. They've been popped up all day long for this one. Ready to actually, that's another story we have to talk about. I mentioned in the intro, I mentioned it here on the broadcast, the Mass Warriors won the Single A Championship, the Maritime Conference Championship. They are now playing in Double A Division. They are now in the North Atlantic Division Championship, or North Atlantic Division here in 2023. So should they could be looking for another championship, it will not be a Single A Championship, but a Double A Championship. It'll be second down. Ball is at the 30-yard line, so officially a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6, ball at the 30-yard line. Mass Warriors lead the West Mass Blitz and Bears 14-0. You're watching the New England Football League Game of the Week here on the New England Broadcast Network. I'm Stephen Err here at Wayland High School in Wayland, Massachusetts. And here we go. Western Mass having their best drive here thus far in this game. As Perakov pumps, throws, short pass is caught. Breakaway number 19, and he is wrapped up by a bunch of Warriors there at about the 26-yard line. So it looks like maybe a gain of 3. It'll be third down and short. Number 19, we don't have, oh, there he is. Listed as linebacker, Justin Rodriguez making the grab there. It'll be third down for the Bears. And let's see if the Warriors can make another stop here. Already up 14-0. Again, we don't have a running clock because, well, we don't have much. We did not get booth access. We don't have a running clock. Unfortunately, the AD for Wayland High School was unable to get us all this access for this game, but we are making the best of the opportunity. And again, we thank the New England Football League for allowing the NEBN to come out and provide coverage of their 30th season here in summer of 2023. So here we go, big third down for both sides. Third and short. Perakov hands off. Breaking tackles is David. Christopher David inside the 15. First down, Blitz and Bears, another big first down. And the biggest run of the game thus far for Christopher David. And we'll zoom in just a little bit so you have the best view possible. Not a big fan of having players. Oh, we have a whistle. Let's see. We have a timeout. All right, it's about time we take another timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 14-0 here in the second quarter on the New England Football League Game of the Week, week number 1 here on the New England Broadcast Network. I'm Stephen Err broadcasting this game from Wayland High School in Wayland, Massachusetts. First down at the 15. Perakov pumps to the end zone, has a man, and it is caught for the touchdown. Touchdown, Blitz and Bears. And they're right back in it. And looks like number 19 again. Justin Rodriguez for the touchdown. Making it a 14-6 ball game. It was all Warriors on to start this game. That was the biggest drive of the game thus far for Western Mass as they closed the gap. Again, we don't know how much time's left here in the first half, but we're going along with it. And let's see. See what the Bears are doing here. There potential to go for 2. It's a wait-and-see situation here, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. And that's exactly what they're doing. The Blitz and Bears are going to go for 2 here. Make it a 6-point game. So it's now 14-6. Blitz and Bears once again are going to go for the 2 here. We're going to zoom in and get you the best view possible on the fields. There we go. 2-point conversion. Perakov is all alone in the shotgun. And that's going to be a flag and wrapped up immediately. Looks like Colin's back out there. He is Wesley Colin, who went out earlier. So it is a false start against Blitz and Bears. It looked like to me it was an offside against the would have been an offside against the Warriors, but they're going to call it against the Bears. A false start. Timeout, Blair. Bears. We'll take a look and we're right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on NEBN. So out of the timeout, the Blitz Bears are once again going to go for 2 here to make it a 6-point game. And I see Christopher David in the backfield along with Perikoff. Mitchell also in the backfield. 14-6, Mass Warriors lead the West Mass Blitz and Bears. Perikoff going to hand off to Mitchell. That's a fake. Perikoff throws short of the end zone pass. Looks like it is incomplete. That's what the refs call it. Either way, it looked like it was well short of the goal line, so the 2-point attempt is no good. It'll remain a 14-6 game, let's say that. Mass Warriors still lead as we're near the end of the first half. We're going to be right back for the ensuing kickoff right here on the New England Broadcast Network. So for a second there, I was a little confused. I was wondering why the refs had said move to the other side. It wasn't like halftime or anything. We hadn't started the second half right now. But now I see what's going on. The Warriors are going to go from left to right as the Blitz and Bears just scored from right to left. So no confusion there. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, look at that view. That is beautiful Wayland, Massachusetts. New England is such a beautiful place. We'll get to more of that in a little later if I have time. And this kickoff is going to go way back. Number 1 taking it, fumble the football. Now coming out of his own end zone. Let's see if he can get away. Spins out, bends it on another. Still going to the 10. And he's going to be called. Looks like they call him out of bounds near the 10-yard line. But what an effort there by Jeff Jean. Oh, my goodness. That was an incredible return, which almost... He could have been back out in his own... He was coming out of his own end zone there. We're going to zoom in now as we get ready for the next offensive drive for the Warriors. But what a return by Jeff Jean. Let's see where they place the football. Let's see. We're going to find out in a moment. They blew the whistle quite early, but no, they actually put the ball near the 20. So what a return for Jeff Jean. That was absolutely incredible. He looked like he was doomed from the start, broke away from a couple tackles, and he made it happen. That was amazing. 21-yard line, 14-6. The Warriors lead the West Mass Blitz Bears. Going to zoom out a little bit. There we go, much better. So out come the Warriors for another drive. They've scored on the last 2. Robert Williams scoring both touchdowns. First down. D'Alessandro hands off to here comes Ernest Jones. Jones has room. Still going, spinning away down there midfield. Ernest Jones, a huge run. Down to the 49. It's a 28-yard gain. And a whistle. We got to bear down. We're going to show you right there. You got to bear down. Oh, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. So the bear down was number 90, Marvin Gabriel. He had to get a little help getting off the field. We hope the best for him. Hopefully he's doing all right. First down, Alessandro, pressure coming, breaking away, and finally going down. A pack of Bears bringing him down. Officially bringing him down. Looks like number 44. In a moment. We don't have a number 44. So there you go. Number 44 officially bringing D'Alessandro down on that play after the 29-yard gain by Ernest Jones on the play prior. So now it'll be second down and long here for the Warriors. They look to score before the end of the half. D'Alessandro throws short, pass caught by number 11. Get your name in a moment. Breaks it away. And a nice tackle there by one of the Bears. That looks like that actually looks like Christian David, number 6. And it is, number 6, Christian David. Again, we mentioned the Bears are playing the limited roster. They don't have much guys over there. Meanwhile, you see down on the sideline, the Warriors, they have everybody here. So it looks like Christian David, the running back, is playing defense, and he makes the tackle there. By the way, the pass was caught by number 11, Raheem Langston. Short pass out from D'Alessandro. 14-6, the Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. I think we have about 4 minutes left in the fight. I saw the ref down there on the middle of your screen. I saw him hold up 4 fingers. I'm assuming that means 4 minutes left. Nonetheless, his quarter has been longer than the first quarter was. Still no working clock here at Wayland High School, but that's okay. Once again, next week, no games due to the July 4th weekend. Week 2 kicks off July 8th. Check the schedule on nefl.us. Second down, D'Alessandro throws over the middle, and it is almost intercepted. And there's David again. He had it in his fingertips, but it just could not hang on to it. So that was a break for the Warriors. That was a third down. So after a 29-yard run by Ernest Jones, the Warriors offense stalls for the first time here tonight. And Harmon's going to come on for the punt. First punt for the night for the Warriors as well. We'll zoom out a little bit, get to the punt. We don't expect it to be a very high or deep kick. We got to zoom out regardless. Again, look at the view, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful Wayland, Massachusetts. Summer is upon us. We want to wish everybody a happy summer. It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. And oh, nice kick there by Harmon, taken about the 18-yard line. Here come the Bears to the 30 and out of bounds. Oh, he's still going. Loses the football. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like the Warriors have it. We'll wait for official signal, but it looks like the Warriors have the football. And they do. The Warriors, once again, coming away, making a big play. This time it's the special teams doing their thing. They'll have the ball inside the 30, it looks like. Another Blitz and Bear miscue here in the first half. We'll stick right here as the ball is officially placed at the 31-yard line. So what a break there for the Warriors. They give the ball right back to the Bears, and the Bears, well, they give it right back. For a second there, I actually looked at number 47, which gives you a name. Number 47 actually stepped out of bounds, but then he came back in. I don't know if he actually stepped out. We don't have a number 47 on our roster. But nonetheless, we saw that ball come out clear as day, and I hope you did as well. And that is Warrior football. It looks like for a second, 47 actually almost jumped on top of it. But then you saw one of the Warriors recover it. And now up 14-6, this offense has another chance to expand on their lead as we head into the half. Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. Been mostly Warriors in this one. The Blitz and Bears do have a touchdown. Other than that, with that one drive, not much going for this shorthanded team. There we go. First down ball at the 31-yard line for the Mass Warriors. Ernest Jones is there in the backfield. Three receivers to the left. D'Alessandro pumps, chucking it. End zone has a man. It is. What a grab. Pass is caught down to the 6-yard line. Number 3 coming away with it. What a grab there. And it's a first down for the Warriors. As the Kings continue to go their way. Maxim Kogan with the grab. In honor of Neil Everett. Hash Brown SC Top 10. Let's see it happen. First and goal. Ball at the 6 for the Warriors. 14-6, they lead. Ernest Jones once again in the backfield. D'Alessandro, short pass, headed down, tipped, intercepted, picked off, and what a break there for the Blitz and Bears defense. They get the ball right back. Off the deflection, number 25, Ricky Adams, comes away with the ball for the Blitz and Bears. Wow. What a first half we've had thus far. And just when you think the Warriors are ready to pull away here, the Blitz and Bears say, not today. So one impressive play after another by both sides. We'll be right back. We got to figure this whole thing out. It's a lot going on here. We were watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll actually end the first half. So then that's the end of the first half. The West Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 14-6. What a first half we had. We'll be back for the second half coming up right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Start of the second half, ladies and gentlemen. The Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 14-6. I'm Stephen Hart broadcasting this game. This is the New England Football League Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network, and what a first half we saw. There was a chance for the Mass Warriors to go up 21-6 heading into the halftime, but an interception by Ricky Adams ended the half and kept it an 8-point game. But now the Warriors, who won the toss in the first half and defer to the second half, will get the ball back as we start the second half here in Wayland High School in Wayland, Massachusetts, as the New England Football League kicks off their 2023 season. The second of 4 games to get underway, and this return here from Jeff Jean. Jeff Jean on the sideline. Jean, a man to beat. Still going down the sideline and into Western Mass territory, down to about the 42-yard line. A flag comes out. This is only about the third flag we've seen, or the fourth flag we've seen here in this game. Let's see, it might be coming back. We'll check to see who the flag is against. That'll tell us all we need to know. Robert Williams scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game for the Mass Warriors, making it 14-0. Blitz and Bears came back with their best drive of the game. They made it 14-6. And then right at the end of the half, Ricky Adams intercepted a pass from Joe D'Alessandro, and that's the way the half ended. But Warriors had a chance to make it 21-6. And you see the Blitz and Bears players moving back, and it looks like the flag is actually against the Blitz and Bears. So besides that one touchdown drive, not much has gone well for Western Mass here. The ball is now moved up to the 32-yard line. Looks like it was a 10-yard holding call against the Bears. And we'll zoom in just a little bit here. Last play we saw a spectacular pass from Joe D'Alessandro to Maxim, number 3, making a nice catch for the interception. Handoff here to Jones. Jones breaks away from the line of D. Inside the 20, down to about the 20 now. Being brought back, but now he's pushing, still going, and they got a bull whistle. And there's a lot going on there, but you saw King Kong pass push the wall of China, and that is a bad analogy. But Ernest Jones pushed past everybody on that line and got to about the 20-yard line. A gain of about 11 on that play to be first down for the Warriors. A big play there. So we start this second half. Warriors up 14-6. They could be up 21-6 had a deflection and interception not happened to end the half. But what a play! What a first half we saw. Bunch of highlights coming your way. Follow the New England Broadcast Network on Facebook at NABN. We're on Twitter at NABN14, and we're on Instagram at N_E_B_B_N_. Second down. And short. Alessandro hands off to number 11. And he is wrapped up. Oh, no, he's still going. Now he's finally going to be wrapped up. Number 11. The Warriors tried to fool the Bears, and it did not work as Langston takes the end around, and he don't get much there. And it's going to be third down here for the Bears, the Warriors. Excuse me. We're going to zoom in here. So as we mentioned earlier, we don't have an official score. We did see something about 21-7. The Rhode Island Riptide played the New England Bombers out in Cranston, Rhode Island to kick off the season. It was a 3:30 kickoff. This game, along with the game between the Glens Falls Green Jackets and the Vermont Ravens, was also a 6:30 kickoff. The game between the Middleborough Cobras and the Worcester Wildcats was a 7 p.m. kickoff. All scores available on the New England Football League social media. Third down, handoff to Williams, cutting around and then getting to about the 17-yard line. Let's see. That's a first down for the Warriors. That's what the officials say. And we're going to zoom in now as they're getting a little further away from us. They're usually here by the sideline on the bottom of your screen, but they're getting a little further toward the other side. That's where the place of the ball. Ball is at the 16-yard line. It is a first down for the Warriors, already up 14-6. I keep wanting to say 21-6. Again, another impressive first half by both teams, mostly the Warriors. On special teams, offense and defense, they were just clicking. Robert Williams, he has 2 touchdowns. Defense made a stop, a safety on the first. Oh, excuse me, that score is actually 16-6. I forgot about that. That's safety. And a pitch out here to Williams. Williams cutting back. He has 2 touchdowns, cutting around to the right. Breaking tackles inside the 10, down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Robert Williams doing his thing here tonight. Especially cutting to the right. He has 2 touchdowns going that way. Now has another big run. It's another first down. We're going to zoom out now as they come back closer our way. You see sort of a beautiful sunset at the top of your screen. And you see in the center, you see that the scoreboard is not working. AD was not able to give us access to the scoreboard as well as the booth. He's on vacation. Owner Stephen Maycock had sent out an email and a whistle. Owner Stephen Maycock had sent out an email about getting booth access for us here at the New England Broadcast Network, along with potentially somebody else to run the scoreboard and along other things. But unfortunately, the email was read too late, and the AD, the athletic director, went on vacation before he could make it happen. There we go. We first and goal. Ball at the 4. Looks like about the 4-yard line. Hand off to Jones. Jones busted through. He's not going to get anywhere. Maybe a yard. I don't even know if he got that. So, yeah, we don't have access to the booth. We are sitting here in the crowd, which we still get the best view possible because that's what we do here at the at NABN. We're just hoping that somebody can turn the lights on when the sun goes down, or the lights are automatic or something. Because we're going to need those lights to see the rest of this game. Should the sun go down before the end of it? Well, we're going to find out once the time comes. For now, we have a second down and goal. Ball back. It looks like they actually might have lost a couple yards. Ball's about the 7-yard line. Hand off to Jones. Jones walks in, and he is. A whistle. He is in for the touchdown. Ernest Jones getting it in on the ground. The 3rd rushing touchdown tonight for the Warriors, and now it is 22-6. So at one point the Warriors were up 16-0. That's why the Bears were going for 2. They're trying to make it an 8-point game. I forgot about that safety. So the score is now 22-6 instead of 20-6. And here comes Hakeem Herman coming out for the extra point. I want to see 1 punt from him today. This will be his 3rd extra point. And he knocks it through. Western Mass trails the Mass Warriors 22-6. We'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 22-6 in this matchup of the 2 2022 NFL champions. Mentioned earlier, the Mass Warriors won the Maritime Conference Championship, or the Single A Championship, over the Vermont Ravens 35-7 on October 1st, 2022, right here at Wayland High School in Wayland, Massachusetts. Western Mass Blitz and Bears defeated the Southern Vermont Storm 22-14 in the North Atlantic Division Championship at Holyoke High School in Holyoke 3 weeks later. And this one's taken about the 5-yard line and coming out to the left side, breaking away, still going. Inside the 25, about to the 28-yard line, and we're going to zoom in. A nice return. Now it looks like we have a flag down somewhere. This one might be coming back. Let's find out and see who was returning that one, but it was returned by the Bears, obviously. New uniforms here for the Mass Warriors. Last year they were rocking some type of navy blue. At least they were rocking for the championship game. That's what we saw. This year they are wearing nice white, pink, and teal. Someone had mentioned prior to the game that the Bears were poking fun at the Warriors, talking about they look good in pink. Pretty in pink, I think was the expression that they used. Beautiful sunset here going down in Wayland, Massachusetts. Warriors looking to start off their 2023 season with a victory. As are the Western Mass Blitz and Bears, of course, who trailed by 16. But, anything's possible in sports. As Chris Berman always says, that's why you play the game. Plus the Blitz and Bears do have an impressive touchdown drive there in the second quarter. So let's see what they can do on their first drive here in the third quarter. Ball officially at the 30-yard line. First down, Western Mass. And there goes Pirikoff. He had a nice game in the first half, running the ball anyway. He gets a yard there. He didn't do too well throwing the ball. He had 2 passes that were more thrown to Warrior players than they were to Bears players, which obviously not ideal. It'll be second down, about 9. The Blitz and Bears mentioned earlier are unable to play at Holyoke High School this year due to the school undergoing renovations to their football field and their track. Anthony Morgante has told me that they do have options. They have a couple options. They had just yet to make the decision. Once that decision is finalized, be sure to stay tuned to the New England Football League's Facebook page as well as all our social media platforms on the New England Broadcast Network. We will be joining the Western Mass Blitz and Bears at some point this season at their home stadium. Second down. Hand off here to Mitchell. Mitchell breaking away, and a nice tackle there, number 47. Bringing him down after just a couple. What's your name here in a moment if we had number 47. What I should have done, ladies and gentlemen, and I hate to talk about what I should have done for the broadcast, prepping this thing. Should have gone number to number instead. Instead, I went by position. And now I'm sitting here searching for numbers. And it appears we don't have a number 47. There's Matthew Benoit. Mentioned him earlier. I can remember that. But now a big third down for both sides here once again. And you see one of the D linemen raising his arms trying to get this crowd on their feet here in Wayland. As the Warriors look to make a stop, we're going to zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Much better. Warriors looking to make another big stop here. They lead 22-6 here in the third quarter. It's a big third down. Ball is at the 35-yard line. So it'll be third down 5 for the Bears. Here we go. Big third down. 3rd and 5 from the 35. And a fake throw is tipped. Intercepted. And there he is. Benoit with the pick. Still going to the 30. And still going. Finally, whistles are blown down about the 30-yard line. Matthew Benoit coming up with a tackle and then an interception. And the Warriors continue their dominance here in Wayland. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching a NFL Game of the Week right here on NEBN. 22-6. The Mass Warriors lead. The Western Mass Blitz and Bears, another miscue. A interception by Matthew Benoit. Now D'Alessandro on first down, chucking it, has a man in end zone. Yeah, passes incomplete, and a flag all day, every day, twice on Sundays. And it looks like number 24, they're going to get him for interference. There's no question about it. He was not looking back at that football. We don't have a 24 in our roster, but that's going to be a interference call against the Bears. And the miscue continue here. Steven Torres on the wearing yellow on the Bears sideline is going to argue the call, but you can't really argue the call. You saw the defender not looking back at the football. That was clearly interference. And we have light. So that answers the question we had earlier. We are not sure if the lights are going to go on instantaneously or someone's going to turn them on from outside. And now we have another flag down here. And it looks like they're going to call a sideline warning here against Steven Torres, the head coach and owner of the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. And you might not hear, you're not going to see it on camera. But you heard defensive coordinator for the Mass Warriors, are you effing awake? Hopefully we don't get kicked off of YouTube for that one. A lot going on here. We're going to take a break. We'll have Steven Torres calm down. Maybe he'll get ejected. We'll find out. We'll let you know. We'll be right back right here on the New England Broadcast Network. So while we were away, we saw both owners get into it as well. Stephen Maycock and Steven Torres getting into it. But now we get back to the action. A pitch out here. Williams cutting out to the right side. He has 2 touchdowns. Cutting to the right. Cutting inside. Come back inside. Robert Williams. Touchdown Warriors. What a run by Robert Williams. His 3rd touchdown of the night. 28-6. Whistles blown. What a run for Robert Williams. Oh my goodness. Now we have a Bear down. Impressive run there, Robert Williams. He scored his first 2 touchdowns cutting out to the right side. This time he was cutting out to the right side again. Then cut back inside, broke a few ankles, and then waltzed into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. It is now 28-6. Mass Warriors all over the Western Mass Blitz and Bears here in this matchup of two former teams, in which even owner and head coach Steven Torres is getting a little frustrated about the calls being called here against the Bears, and also the way his team is playing. And for the second time tonight, Marvin Gabriel is down. Take a break, be right back right here on the New England Broadcast Network. And you can see number 90, Marvin Gabriel, needing help by his teammates to get off the field. At one point, we saw Matthew Benoit and Larry Gregory, two linebackers from the Warriors, come out and try to help him off the field as well. We got a long pause. We're glad to see they are able to get Gabriel off the field. And now we'll have the extra point here from Marquise Harmon. So I'm trying to get the score in my head right. It's actually 29-6. 28-6. Wait, I'm trying to think. 4th touchdown. All right, so the extra point is good. It is 30-6. There is the official score. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It is 30-6. And we'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have reached the end of the quarter. End of 3. Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 30-6. We'll be back for the 4th and final quarter right after this, right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Start of the 4th quarter, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am. The Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 30-6 officially. Gotta add the 4 touchdowns plus the safety is 30 points. And I was getting my math. But anyways, 30-6 Mass Warriors looking for to start the 2023 season with a victory. Looking to get back to the championship game. I forgot to mention this, by the way. We get to this after the kickoff. Nice kickoff here by Harmon. This one taken about the 10-yard line by the Bears. Breaking away as a whole down the sideline, and there's Justin Rodriguez on the return. We'll zoom in. Western Mass Blitz and Bears, we made the joke. Well, we didn't make the joke. The players in the forums made the joke. The Blitz and Bears are no longer blitzing. They lost a few key pieces. And this is a team that had won back-to-back championships. They won it all in 2021, defeating the then undefeated Worcester Wildcats. These scores on 35-31 or something like that. They won their second consecutive championship last year. We talked about that already. They won 22-14 of the Southern Vermont Storm. So they're looking for a three-peat here in 2023. It's going to be a long road to a three-peat. Again, let's see what happens here. Obviously here today, the Western Mass Blitz and Bears don't have much of their players. We're going to zoom in here to get your best view of the field as possible, and then zoom a little bit back out. They came in clearly not as much guys as the Warriors have. That's kind of what happens in the world of semi-pro football. You don't travel with all your players. You only travel with a select few. 30-6 now, and the Bears, we're going to start the ball at the 26-yard line. Here we go. Ball officially at the 26-yard line, excuse me. And Harakov's going to hand off, looks like Christian David breaking away, and he's going backwards, and now flag, and here comes everybody. The whole Warrior defense going after him. As another flag comes out. And it looks like this one's going to be on the Bears. Again, the miscues for the Bears started from the first play of the game, basically. Maxim Perikoff threw a backward pass to Christian David. He was immediately brought down by Wesley Cullen for a safety to start the game. Since then, the only one successful touchdown drive for the Bears, while everything else for the Warriors, including an interception in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Warriors in this one. The Bears do have an interception at the end of the half. So they do have that as well. Other than that, those two plays, the touchdown and then the interception, it has been all Warriors. And the scoreboard, which you cannot see, but we're obviously keeping track. It's 30-6 here in the 4th quarter. So as we mentioned, no games next week. The league will be on the first of 2 league bye weeks due to the 4th of July holiday, and then the next second one will be in first week of September for Labor Day. The New England Broadcast Network will be off the weekend of July 8th. We'll be back July 15th. Stay tuned for updates. There's a handoff here. And it's actually Parakoff. No, it's Russian Rodriguez. There goes Rodriguez out to the 40-yard line. Big run there. And he was taunting. Looked like he was taunting number 28. 28 was looking like he was going to go after him. He's like, no, I'm good. It's all right. No worries. I was looking for number 28. We'll get your name here in a moment. And I know I saw the name. I thought I was waiting for him to say scoreboard. Because it is a 24-point game. Scoreboard. That's Justin Vanderhall. Taunted by Justin Rodriguez. So Justin on Justin. How about that? We got 4 Stevens here. Stephen Maycock is the owner of the Masked Warriors. Stephen Torres Jr. is the owner of the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. Stephen Simpson is number 51 of the Masked Warriors. And then there's yours truly. I'm Stephen R. So a lot of Stevens out here tonight. I've not seen Stephen Simpson. I'm not sure he's even here tonight, but... There's the F word. Apologize, YouTube. Please don't kick us off. Hope you didn't hear that. So it is first down for the Blitz and Bears. That play fooled everybody. I thought it was a handoff to the fullback, but it was a run by Justin Rodriguez as Parakoff throws. Intercepted, picked off. It's intercepted, number 25. There he goes. All alone. Touchdown, Masked Warriors. No flags. And it looks like Harmon, the kicker, with the touchdown. And it is Marquise Harmon with the pick six. 36-6. Warriors closing it out. Pass went over one Warrior defender into the hands of another. Marquise Harmon, the kicker / punter, showing up on defense. And the Warriors continue their dominance. They're headed towards a week 1 victory here in the New England Football League as the league kicks off its 2023 season. And now after the interception, Harmon's going to come off for the extra point. What a performance here from Marquise Harmon. What a performance by the defense. They were saying on the sideline that when Matthew Benoit had the first interception, they wanted a pick 6. They got one here. And the kick is good. It is 37-6. All Warriors here in week 1. We'll be right back. You're watching the NFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. Oh, who would have thought, ladies and gentlemen, we'd be talking about the punter / kicker having the play of the game. Marquise Harmon, a pick 6 off Maxim Parakoff. It's 37-6. The Warriors are all over the Blitz and Bears. And what was supposed to be the game of the week, and this return by Justin Rodriguez. About the 9-yard line, breaking away, getting holes. Justin Rodriguez to the 30. Rodriguez to the 40. To midfield and into Warrior territory. So a nice start there for the Blitz and Bears. Rodriguez has had a nice game for himself, despite what's going on with the Bears here in this one. And once again, here come the Bears offense. Looking to get something done here. They trail by 31 points here in the 4th quarter. Warriors just looking to finish the job at this point. So before that interception, we were talking about next week, no games due to the July 4th weekend. The next week after that, I myself will be on vacation. We talked about the athletic director for Wayland High School being on vacation right now. I myself will be on vacation July 8th and 9th. So the New England Broadcast Network will not be doing any games week 2. Week 3 will be either in Cranston, Rhode Island, as the Rhode Island Riptide take on the Connecticut Reapers, or it will be in Braintree, Massachusetts, as the New England Bombers take on the Middleborough Cobras. Stay tuned to our social media as we figure out where we will be going for week number 3 in the New England Football League's summer. Well, I guess it's the 2023 season. They don't have a fall or spring season in the NAFL. Although after what we saw with the ECFL, who knows? Maybe they'll consider it for 2024. Of course, everything time will tell. For now, we have a 37-6 game. The Masked Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. They had the ball at the Bears had the ball at the Warrior 46-yard line. Parakoff has two running backs in the backfield. He can hand off here to Mitchell. Mitchell to the 40. So again, the season actually kicked off today in Cranston, Rhode Island, as the Riptide hosted the New England Bombers. We don't have an official score. I believe it was around 21-7, 21-14. And that was due to Bailey Brewer going live on Facebook for that. Unfortunately, we don't do live broadcasts here at the New England Broadcast Network because we like to bring the best quality for you as possible. And as you saw last year when we were here at Wayland High School for the championship game, well, that was just not the best quality that we could bring you. That was the day we announced officially that we were bringing the New England Broadcast Network to you. We just thought it was going to be here in Wayland. Unfortunately, things happened. We delayed it to February, we delayed it to April, and, well, now we're here in June. We've done officially one. This will be our second game. But it was a mess in the Independent Football Association, as you all that follow probably know. IFA teams left by week 30, all left for the ECFL. And I just I couldn't associate myself with the ECFL due to the agreement I had here with the NEFL. But not enough of that. We have a second down here ball at the 40-yard line. 37-6. Mass Warriors lead the West Mass Blitz and Bears. David coming in motion. Perkoff's going to run. And he's met almost immediately. He gets about maybe a yard and a half on that one. There was nothing doing there. And as you can see, the lights did eventually, like I mentioned earlier, the lights did come on here at Wayland. So we're, despite not having booth access, we're glad that we have lights coming on. So, the sun eventually will go completely down. It's basically gone out of the sky at this point. But we're glad to have the lights on, so we have some light here at Wayland. So again, next week, no games. League bye week. Excuse me. July 8th is week number 2. Week number 3, we return. We will be in Cranston, Rhode Island for the Royal and Riptide taking on Connecticut Reapers, or in Braintree, Massachusetts as the New England Bombers take on the Middle Road Cobras. Stay tuned for updates as they become available. Third down for the Bears. Perkoff. Pressure coming. Chucks it down the sideline. Has a man. It is out of the reach. Incomplete. It looks like it was intended for Justin Rodriguez. And this time he had a receiver in the vicinity. It wasn't like the last few times we saw him pass the ball. And down 37-6, we kind of think that the Bears are going to go for it here. I mean, what choice do you really have? You're down by 31. You got to go for it here. Savor it just a little bit. Zoom out just a little bit. There we go. That's even better. So there we go. We got a fourth down. The Bears are going to go for it here. Down 37-6 as we wind down this game. It's opening weekend here in the New England Football League 2023. Here we go. Fourth down. Warriors sideline cheering for their defense to make a stop. Now we got a couple guys up here in the crowd making some noise, and now I'll whistle. And the Blitz and Bears will call a timeout. Good time for us to take one as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the NEFL Game of the Week right here on the New England Broadcast Network. All right, here we go. Fourth down for the Bears, down 37-6. Perkoff hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell up the middle, and let's see. And they're calling it a first down for the Bears. So a little light shining on that has been a dark day here for the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. Substitutions coming in for the Warriors. Again, we don't know exactly how much time is left, so we're just going with what the refs say when they officially tell us the game is wrapped. Warriors have dominated most of this game on offense, defense, and special teams. It all started with the first play as Christopher Day was brought down by Wesley Colin in the end zone on the first play for a safety, making it 2-0. Robert Williams scored 3 touchdowns in this one. Ernest Jones added one of his own. And on defense, both Matthew Benoit, and the kicker / punter, Marquise Harmon, has a pick 6. They've been all Warriors for the most part. First down, Western Mass. Perkoff pumps, chucking it, and the pass is incomplete. There was 3 Warriors in the vicinity. It looked like it might have been even almost been intercepted there by number 35. Let's see if we have a name for him. Check the names here in a moment. Might have been number 25. That would have been Harmon's second pick. And that was like a 35. It is 35. Number 35 coming our way towards the sideline was the closest one to that football. See if we have a name for number 35. Seth Idu. And now I remember we also saw him in the championship game last year as the Masked Warriors defeated the Vermont Ravens 35-7. I got to correct myself, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We do not have 4 Stevens here. We have 5 Stevens here. Owner Stephen Maycog has a son. Looks to be about 3 years old. His name is also Stephen. So it is the day of the Stevens here in Wayland. How about that? 37-6. Masked Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears in this opening weekend here in the New England Football League. Both teams going off championship wins in 2022, looking to get it back there in 2023. And handoff here is to Mitchell. Mitchell breaking away, breaking tackles. Mitchell still going to the 10 and out of bounds near the inside. Looks like outside the 10-yard line. Sorry about the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Try to get back to my rosters here. Nice run there by Demetrius Mitchell. We just have to zoom in. And another player down. Looks like so we had a whistle. We had players taking knees. And there's another Bear down. So that's the third time we're seeing a Bear down. Of course, the first 2 times was Marvin Gabriel, excuse me. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back right here on the New England Broadcast Network. It looks like Demetrius Mitchell was the one who was injured, and handoff in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bears. See who got in there. Probably can't see it from the camera, but I can see it from here. It looks like Parakoff was the one who got in, and he was. So Parakoff sneaks in for the touchdown. 37-13, Irish score. Demetrius Mitchell was the one that took the hit, went down on the Bears sideline after the run. That's why we stepped away for a moment. But now, first play, first and goal. Parakoff runs in for the touchdown. 37-13, the Masked Warriors lead the West Mass Blitz and Bears as we close out this weekend here in the New England Football League. Week number 1. Next week, there will be no games, as all teams will be on a bye week. All teams will be on a bye week for the 4th of July weekend next week, as I said. July 8th, I will be on vacation, so unfortunately will not be able to broadcast the game. July 15th, we'll be either in Cranston, Rhode Island, or Braintree, Massachusetts. Stay tuned for updates. July 22nd is my 29th birthday. I'll be covering the Massachusetts Pirates playoff game. And July 29th, I've seen these Warriors again. Stay tuned. Kick is good. It's one of the bars over there against the track. So 37-14, we're going to keep it here for just a moment. I'm going to zoom out, get back to the kickoff. Again, look at this beautiful, just an absolute gorgeous picture, perfect night. Here in Wayland, Massachusetts. 37-14 is your score. Again, there's no scoreboard. As you can see on the right side of your screen, we have no scoreboard because we had no booth access for this game. But still, it's been a beautiful night here in Wayland, Massachusetts. As the sky gets a little brighter here on my cameras. How about that? We're going to have a kickoff here. I assume we have not much time left here in this game before they call it, for the refs call it and say, let's all go home. After a successful outing here in week number 1. Shout out to everybody who has made this first week a success, including Bailey Brewer. East Coast Rock Locker Room Live did a live stream last night. They talk mostly ECFL, but they are looking to learn more about the NEFL. So we'll be able to reach out to Kev and Kenny Reed, that crew over there, at East Coast Locker Room Live. You can also follow them on Facebook, the East Coast Locker Room. Not much of a difference there, but you get the point. 37-14, the Mass Warriors lead the Western Mass Blitz and Bears. The wind's picking up, so we apologize if you hear the wind in the camera and the microphone, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't, well, good. That's a good thing. We don't want you to hear anything but my sound of my beautiful voice here on the New England Broadcast Network. My name is Stephen Err. And the Bears are going to kick off once again. The ball back to, I think the Warriors at this point just might hand the ball off and maybe, shoot a clock up. I think that should be their plan at this point. We're almost ready to wrap it up here in Wayland almost. And a short kick, that one's going to go out of bounds. That was just terrible. So let's see where the Warriors will get the ball. I don't know what that was, but the Bears. Nonetheless, it's going to be Warrior football. Offense coming back out. I think they might just take either a couple knees or they're going to run the ball. Let's see what they do. Get to zoom in, get the best possible view of the field as we can. See if Alessandro comes back in at quarterback. He does. There he is. You see him coming out there talking to owner Stephen Maycock. Wearing gray. So again, 37-14. Warriors and the Western Mass Blitz and Bears facing off in a matchup of two of the 2022 league, or the two 2022 league champs. And a ref throws the ball. Not exactly sure why, unless the game's over. All right. Oh, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. The Mass Warriors defeat the Western Mass Blitz and Bears 37-14 for the Western Mass Blitz and Bears for the Mass Warriors for the New England Football League. I'm Stephen Erb. Thank you all for watching here on the New England Broadcast Network. Until next time, good night from Wayland, Massachusetts.